Roberts and Kennedy McQueen. Coach Roberts will start off with an opening statement, and then we'll open up the questions.
All right, thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Good win for us. You know, other than that fourth quarter, in terms of their scoring, I thought our defense was much, much, much better, which has been a point of emphasis. And so I saw, you know, just the effort was there. I thought, you know, in that first quarter, we had 7 different players hit a 3. That's pretty impressive. And then we hit 17 again, and, you know, Merrimack was just clogging it up, and so we got to take the shots. Again, one of those games where we're going to take the shots that the defense gives us, and we had a lot of threes, and we didn't shoot a tremendous percentage. 38% is still good, but it's not, you know, the best we can do. But I thought we passed the ball well, 28 assists on 33 baskets. We continue to move the ball and be unselfish. So great win, and I'm proud of our team.
So looking back at the first half, by halftime, Merrimack had 0 offensive rebounds, 0 points in the paint, 0 second chance points, and 0 fast break points. What can you say about just the level of defense through those 2 quarters?
And that's what we set some goals for ourselves, just defensively, what we wanted to do, and that was certainly part of it. And it's hard, in that fourth quarter, it's hard when you're up by that much to maintain the level of intensity. I mean, it's challenging. You know, that's what we were talking about in timeouts and stuff. I thought we did a pretty good job, but yeah, the first half defensively, I thought we were really, really good. And that's what, you know, we want to continue to improve regardless of the score.
You mentioned that the shooting it was good, but not as good as you guys are capable of, but it seems like where you guys really shined tonight was rebounds.
Yeah.
What were you seeing out there that kind of allowed you some of those second chances?
Well, that's, effort, right? Rebounding is 95% effort. And I've been, the last couple of days of practice, it's been all about, play as hard as you can. But, somebody like Maddie Wilkie, her line, she didn't have a great shooting night, but I thought she was everywhere. Deja crashed hard offensively. Reese Ross always does that. And those guys are all coming off the bench. That's a luxury for our team. But I thought we just played harder than we did last time we were at home. So we're getting better, and we win, which is important. But most important is the process, and we continue to improve. But I was pleased with our effort, and those 2 things really show that.
Kennedy, the shots were falling for you from outside tonight. You had 16 pointers, season high 18 points. Did it feel good to just see the ball go through the hoop and kind of get into a rhythm like that?
Yeah, I think just sticking with the process, and I think just going through shooting slumps, that happens to every shooter. Everyone's going to go through, and just remembering the time you put in and just staying consistent, keep showing up. So yeah, it was good, but teammates just always do a great job at continuing to trust me and finding the open man. And tonight I was just lucky that was me, so it was fun.
We didn't really have a chance to ask you guys about Baylor since you guys were on the road, but what improvements have you seen in your team? I mean, sometimes you can have a loss and it ends up being more of a way to, I guess, sharpen what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I do think that game, we knew going into it they're really good. And I think, to your point, Michelle, you hate to lose. And I told the team after the game, it makes me sick to lose. But sometimes it's good. And, I think for us, too, it takes a little pressure off of, undefeated and all these things, and the rankings, and let's just get back to who we are and not focus on the stuff that we can't control anyway. But the Baylor game, I think, showed us, and that's what we wanted. That's why we scheduled it. You want to see where your holes are and what you got to get better at, and I think it showed all of us that. We haven't had a competitive game like that since, but they're coming, and hopefully we can continue to learn on that. But I think these guys have done a nice job of learning and wanting to get better. I mean, that's just what it is. You have to stay hungry to improve.
One thing that really stood out is, you had the huge lead at halftime, but then in the third quarter you guys came out, held them to one field the entire quarter. How pleased were you with just kind of the focus and
Yeah.
But just directly
Out of halftime. Yeah, and that's something that, again, I'm a broken record, but we keep talking about getting better. And, there's been games where we haven't been good out of halftime. And I thought, for us, as much as everyone talks about our offense, we're able to run when we get stops. When the other team scores or we foul, we take it out of the net. It just, we're not as lethal on offense. So, I don't know what their percent. Yeah, they were 1 for 13 in that third quarter. And shooting percentage is a direct correlation of defense. And so I thought, our energy and effort, again, it comes back to that effort piece. When our players decide they're going to play as hard as they can, we're pretty dang good.
You guys keep finding new and creative ways to be involved in the community. You did a coat drive today, having the kids come since it's such a crazy early game on Tuesday. Talk about kind of that evolution, because you guys were also doing the kind of charity picking.
Yeah, we're doing that again in conference. Okay. Yeah, I just like this. Salt Lake City is awesome, and they have. It's taken some time and just consistent kind of. I just keep knocking on the door and just coming up with creative ways, and we've got a tremendous marketing team. Alyssa Morris is our marketing director, and she's phenomenal. And always trying to find those creative ways. But I think Salt Lake City is a basketball town, and I think women's basketball, women's sports are very family friendly. Salt Lake City is a very family-centric town, and it's fun to see, against a team that a lot of people haven't heard of, and East Coast, all that things. To have 4,500 people is awesome, and they were loud and they're engaged, and I just think our internal marketing team does a good job with that. But we got to continue to put a good product on the floor. But I also think our players are, and you guys can earmuff this, but they are very engaging, and people love to be around them. And I think that's what's cool is, they're fun to watch, and then once you meet them, they're even better.
Liz, what are some of the things that you think that the team's going to focus in on as we prepare for our next 4 games?
I think continuing to focus on defense and being just lockdown defenders. I know Coach just said there was some things defensively we're focused on, like transition, and then just our rotations and things like that. So I think, this is a great offensive team, and we know what we're going to get on offense. And, as long as we're moving the ball and playing with each other, offense is going to come. But I think it's that defense that we need to key in on.
I think something that we haven't talked about, too, is Inesh. She had 11 assists and no turnovers and 5 steals. She's playing just an incredible clip right now, shooting the ball well. The game's slowed down for her. She is playing so well in the absence of Izzy right now, and we're going to need that. But up in Alaska, too, just remarkable. So I think she was a big catalyst for us. She makes us play at the pace we want. She's finding the open man. And then defensively, she's just miserable to try to play against. I can't imagine it. And she doesn't matter whether we're up 50 or down 50, she's going to play as hard as she can, and that sets the tone for everybody defensively.
How long is Izzy out for?
We don't know. And I'm not being cryptic, we really don't know. So hopefully she'll come back soon, but we'll see. We'll need her. But I think Maddie Wilkie's doing a good job stepping in and running the backup one. That's not her true position, but she's taking it like a champ, and whatever's asked of her, she does, and she's doing a good job.
Okay.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.